that's where the conversation kind of led. It was who. Good morning, guys. Welcome to this week's video. Matt tuning in from Video Game Mansion. Saturday morning, or actually Saturday at noon. We've been open for a couple hours now. It's been fairly busy, so just kind of getting into stuff now. Got our buddy Marco here with us this morning. Marco, how's the morning been so far, buddy?
Busy.
Busy, hey? It's been good.
Yeah.
Decent amount of trade-ins, lots of sales.
Yep, definitely a little bit of both, and quite a bit of both, actually.
Yeah, and we're still pricing and putting out games. It never ends.
It never ends.
So our original plan of the day was to try and get this kind of organized and cleaned up. You guys know our back room has become a dumping ground. So the plan with Marco today was to have him help by testing and organizing consoles, controllers, that kind of stuff, just so we can get this cleaned up. But unfortunately, it's been so busy, or fortunately, it's been so busy, we haven't been able to do any of that. So I think what we're going to actually do is just kind of wait for some people to pick up their claim sale items. If you didn't know, we swapped from doing Friday night auctions live on Facebook to claim sales. It's just a lot easier. We take pictures of items, post it up with a price. If they get claimed, great. If not, we kind of keep dropping the price or take offers and stuff. So it's just a lot quicker to move a lot more items in a short amount of time. So a couple of the items that were in this sale are kind of big box items, and they're kind of taking up a lot of room here. So to put Marco back here to try and organize stuff would kind of be counterintuitive. So we're going to wait this one out probably till next weekend or the weekend after to kind of start getting this looking a little bit better. I'm in by myself tomorrow, so if I have some spare time tomorrow, maybe I'll try to tackle it, depending if people have picked up their stuff. But until that stuff is kind of gone out of the way, it's kind of that big box stuff that I took from in front of the table a couple of weeks ago and brought it to the back, right? So we kind of just want to get rid of it, move on from that, and then be able to really utilize our space a lot better. And I did mention at the beginning of the video, we've had a couple trade-ins today, so some good stuff: an Xbox Series X, a 2DS XL, a regular 3DS in box, a DS Lite, a Game Boy Pocket. So a lot of good stuff. It's just been a busy morning, so kind of working through that right now. Going to get that out and kind of show you how everything's looking after, but unfortunately won't be able to show you kind of a overall of whatever we've taken in. All right, guys, so Marco and I are just kind of filling up the 360 right now, and I figured it was a good time to talk about something. I spoke about this with our friend Ben, who's been coming to see me since I was back at the flea market. So I've dealt with Ben for, I guess, 2 years now almost. And the one thing that came up is a lot of people that come into the store for the first time, or if not, a couple times. And I had it recently where someone came out to me and they brought me a N64, an extra controller, and a copy of GoldenEye, and he asked me what was the best I could do on it. So we don't normally kind of take in offers. Obviously, if we've dealt with you for a long time, like we're kind of, and it's something that we have like a lot of, I'm willing to work on price a little bit, but the conversation came up and we were kind of talking about how when you walk into like EB Games or GameStop, depending on where you are, you don't necessarily take like a used game off the shelf and go up to the front and be like, hey, do you have any wiggle room on this price or anything like that? Yes, they are a big box store compared to us, right? We're a one-stop shop. We only have one location. Where our convo kind of led was, where does it kind of give the impression that a store like this, you can walk in and kind of shoot an offer on stuff? It's not like we're actually, obviously, we're upset if somebody does that. But what's your take on that, Marco?
Honestly, I feel like there's times where people even go to GameStop and try to make offers. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
See, like, because we know a lot of game store owners in the Ottawa area and surrounding areas. And being in there, a lot of times I don't notice a lot of people going up to the front and being like, hey, is this your best price? Or hey, if I bundle a couple things together, would you work something on it? Obviously, it doesn't hurt to do so. But I wonder if it's more that since Brandon and I came from a background of kind of selling locally online, through like Marketplace or Kijiji, and obviously through the flea market, that people kind of assume that we'll still do deals now that we're kind of brick and mortar. But I don't know. It's a weird transition when we kind of went from flea market to store, because I had a lot of reoccurring customers that would come in and they would be like, hey, $20 game, would you take 15 for it? And when you have overheads now, you're less likely to kind of do so, because when you actually think about it, on a $15 or $20 game, to take $5 off, you're taking a decent percentage off of that game. So especially like some of our sealed games, we'll have people that'll come in, they'll bring a brand new Switch game, have it priced at market, and someone will say, hey, would you take 75 for this instead? You don't do that at Walmart. So I don't know. it's just weird. I've had people try and price match Facebook Marketplace ads, stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. It's a weird gray area, I think, when you own a store, right?
I think ultimately it all is in your approach.
Yeah.
It's like you catch more bees with honey than vinegar situation. Like if you're the first time in the shop, you introduce yourself, you build a little bit of rapport with the person, and then say, hey, you know, if I pay cash, or, you know, if there's anything I can do. I mean, it really is in your approach, because there's people who come up and they're really abrasive, like, is this your best price? Or I'll give you $20 for something you have priced at 60. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it has to work for both people. And ultimately, like, if you're going to start a working relationship with a store, like with the VGM, for example, like it's super important to try to build that relationship rather than just come in and just demand things. You're not gonna get anything from anyone just being a jerk, right? So,
but there's this mentality that resellers come in and you know, expect to get the world for nothing kind of thing. But like Marco said, if you build that relationship, I mean, that's what we're in the business of. You buy and sell every day. If you build relationships, you get stuff from them, they get stuff from you. It's kind of it's a revolving door. So I think if you come in with a positive attitude, like you said, introduce yourself, be friendly, let people know what you're looking for. Come up to the front and be like, hey, if I bought X amount of dollars or X amount of product, are you willing to work a little bit of a deal on it? Yes, no. Worst they can say is no, but coming in and kind of just assuming you're gonna get a deal kind of rubs a store the wrong way. So it's definitely, like you said, definitely in the approach, I think.
catch more bees with honey than vinegar.
You got
like
it.
The first time I met you, I asked you for a deal, remember?
How could I forget that lovely day? And look at us now. We talk every day. We're like best friends.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Oh,
Look at us.
especially because you're so old
Oh, yeah, come on. I mean, that's, yeah.
and bald.
Yeah, well, definitely bald. Super bald.
Yeah.
Mostly by choice. Take the plunge, guys. If you have receding hair, do it.
Don't take it. No. Don't, don't take his advice, guys. Just, we're gonna cut it there. Anyways, that's our rant for the day. I think we're gonna move on to PS2 now. 360 is looking really full. PS2's all been priced out. We've got 5 stacks on this table that have to fit in this area over here. I don't know how we're gonna make it work, but there's always a way. Picking back up, 10 minutes till close. It's been a crazy day. Honestly, lots of people through the door, so it's been really, really fun. Meeting a lot of new people. I think our Facebook ads are really, really working, as well as a lot of word of mouth. People are coming in saying, heard about you from a friend, or I saw you guys online. Actually, a couple of people have said they saw us on YouTube too, so that's kind of fun to see. But Marco has been killing it. He's been getting out as much as the PS2 as possible. We still have a couple stacks on the table. I'll probably deal with those tomorrow. I'm thinking, unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of move some of the products that are underneath the PS1 to be able to kind of start our PS2 down there, just because we have so much of it right now. Right now, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shelves filled with it, and they're overflowing. We have them stacked on top of them, and we've got about 4 or 5 stacks of PS2 games left on the table to put out. So gonna have to make some extra room for it. It's gonna look a little weird since the PS2 is gonna kind of flow between 3 different sections on the wall, but we're working with what we got. Got to fill those shelves, got to get those games out. You guys would have seen earlier, Marco and I fill in this Xbox section. So right now, 360, completely full. It's beautiful. Xbox One and original Xbox are still overflowing. And I think the funny thing, and Marco could probably agree, number 1 seller of the day is probably original Xbox.
Yeah, like actually.
We sold 2 original Xbox consoles today, tons and tons of games off the original Xbox, restocked it numerous times. So surprising one that we don't move too often. It's usually Xbox 360, but happy to see it because that shelf is overfull. So now we're gonna be able to actually put some more stuff out. Our Pokemon packs also took a beating today. Our card dispenser, I filled it up as much as possible the other day, and yeah, we've got a lot of gaps. Gonna have to figure out what we want to do with it. It's getting harder and harder to fill. Excuse me. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. No Marco tomorrow, so it's just gonna be me, myself, and I. Marco, thank you for everything. Huge help as always, but let's pick this up tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Matt tuning back in. I think we're gonna have a busy day. We really have to restock a lot of consoles since we sold a decent amount of them yesterday. I lied to you guys yesterday, unfortunately, sorry. But Marco will come in with me this morning, so he's probably gonna either be in the back room testing, cleaning, consoles, controllers, that kind of stuff, because I really want to jam pack all the accessories and all the consoles, especially with us coming close to the holiday season. Definitely want to have out as much as we can. Or he'll be working the front. I'm not sure yet. We're going to figure it out when he gets here. But I think that's the goal for today. The goal for today is to get out as much stuff from the back as we can, organize it, so get all the different cords, accessories kind of all together for a specific console or brand, just so that when we're looking for stuff, we can find it a lot easier. Because if you've bought a console from us before, whenever we sell them, they obviously come with their cords and a controller, right? So we keep the cords and everything behind the cash. And yesterday, unfortunately, I went to go and sell one of the original Xboxes and it didn't have an AV cable with it. So usually we tend to keep everything in a bag back behind the cash. Maybe somebody came in and asked for an AV cable. That's all we had, so we sold that. I don't know. Could have been missed when we bag stuff. You never know what happens. But I want to make sure that if ever that happens again, we can go to the back really, really quickly, find what we're looking for, be able to give it to the customer, and they're good to go, right? So yesterday it took me probably about 10-15 minutes to track down an AV cable in the back. I couldn't find one just because there was tons of pods everywhere, so I ended up giving him a brand new one, third-party cable. So really want to get that organized so it's just so much easier in the future. Currently 10 minutes away from open. Gonna get my day going here. Haven't had my breakfast yet, so I'm probably gonna eat that really, really quickly. And I'll update you guys as we go. Like I said, there's not really a full plan of attack for the day, but at least we know kind of what we're doing and go from there. We're dealing with the 1 hour time change right now and an unfortunate Blue Jays loss last night. So it's probably gonna be one of those days where it's gonna be a little slower for us. But you got to work through it, right? So we're gonna get as much done as we can in the short amount of time that we're here. Guys, end of the day, Sunday. Sorry I did not film at all today. It was busy the whole day long, Marco, and I didn't get any breaks. I did work a lot on the back room today, so it's looking so much better. Got a lot done today. I'm gonna show you some of our walls. I wanted to reorganize the Xbox today and kind of maybe add in an extra 2-foot shelf on the original Xbox and on the Xbox One, Xbox Series, because we do have a decent amount of overstock or kind of overflow, rather. And we'd be able to fill kind of a side shelf, but it's just too tight, doesn't fit in properly. So I'm gonna revisit that idea in the future. Marco did the first thing when he came in this morning was add some more PS2 shelves. That's right. So got our PS2 starting down here now, so right under the PS1, which then leads into a full wall of PS2 that ends about halfway onto this wall into your PS3. So we are able to add a whole 2 rows of PS2. I think soon we're gonna have to figure something out with the PS4. We are buying PS4 like crazy because it always sells very well for us, but we're getting a decent amount of PS5 down here now, so that's kind of pushing things out, and I really do not like laying games on top of shelves. Unfortunately, the kind of the same thing here. PS4 overflow has now gone on top of the PS3, and we have more PS3 that came in this weekend, so it's actually sitting up here beside the Vita. I just don't like when things do not look organized and doesn't flow well. But yeah, check this out. You can finally walk in here and actually walk through very nicely. Everything's pretty organized. We still have a stack of stuff in the middle here, but we'll work through that. It's mostly consoles, a lot of Xboxes and random other things, but got some of our cords organized up on our shelves. It's looking a lot better. We're actually able to walk through here and get to things. Some people ask me for like loose cases or like to swap a case this weekend, and I'll generally do that. If there's a case that, you know, has a cut in the plastic, or if it's all pushed up or something like that, I'll come back here to our loose cases and find one and swap it out for them. But I was tripping over things this weekend trying to get back here. It was not easy. So I'm very happy and very thankful that you're actually able to walk around now, and it just looks so much better. I do still think we're gonna have to try and figure something out with this monstrosity. It's just right now we have so many handhelds, which is amazing, but they're just overflowing on top of each other and it doesn't look organized at all. Really don't like it. The bottom does look better than before, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. Presentation's not there for me right now. That's gonna do it for me for today, guys. Amazing weekend. Thank you all for coming out. Always appreciate you guys. If you don't know already, we are season ticket holders for the Senators. So if you live in the Ottawa or surrounding areas, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're doing giveaways for tickets pretty much every second week. Currently, we're actually running 2 giveaways since home games in November are kind of squished together. So there's one that's strictly in store. So every time you buy an item, doesn't matter, it's not an order, it's one item. You get a ticket into the draw, and then there's also one that's going to be picked at random online on our Facebook or Instagram. So make sure to check those out. I think that's it for me today. I'll talk to you guys soon. Brandon's in next weekend, so we'll see what kind of fun he gets up to. See you guys later. Take care. My gosh, now I can't speak. I gotta cut it off, Marco.
Just restart.
I'm not restarting. I'm just cutting it right
But
from
that's
here.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just start back.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I was talking to say.
You were saying that the conversation.
Yeah. So that's what I said. I said the conversation.